Okay, today we're going to learn the terms position, displacement, distance, speed, velocity, and acceleration. And we'll be doing it with the help of our little magnetic chicken man. So we're going to start with chicken man right there. And when I say what is chicken man's position, we're looking at where is he located with respect to a reference point. So chicken man is at the -2 meter mark. When you give position, you got to make sure you give a direction, which is what our negative tells us, our number, which is 2, and units, which is meters. When I take chicken man and move him from this location to this location, and I say, what is his displacement? We're talking about his change in position. So he went from 2 meters to 4 meters. That is a displacement of +2 meters. Had he started at the 4 and ended at the 2, his displacement would have been -2 meters. With displacement, you need to give a direction, a number, and a unit. Okay, the next term, distance, is very similar to displacement, but distance encompasses the entire trip. It also does not need to have a direction. So for instance, if chicken man starts here and moves to here, his displacement is 4 meters, positive, but his distance is just 4 meters. If he starts here and ends here, his displacement is again -4 meters, but his distance is just 4 meters. You do not need to specify a direction with distance. If chicken man starts at -3, moves to +3, and then comes back to -3, his displacement is 0. He ended at the same place he started. But a distance, his distance traveled would be 6 plus 6, which is 12. So distance is the total ground you cover, whereas displacement just depends on where you start and where you end. Speed and velocity are similar in that speed is looking at how fast you travel, but velocity also encompasses the direction that you traveled. So speed is a measure of your distance divided by time, whereas velocity gives you your speed plus a direction. Okay, so for instance, if chicken man went from 2 meters to 4 meters, and it took him 4 seconds to do that, his speed would be 2 meters divided by 4 seconds, which would be ½ a meter per second. With velocity, we would have to add on to that the direction that we're traveling. So it would be 0.5 meters per second to the right. Okay, the final term we want to talk about is the term acceleration. And acceleration refers to your change in velocity per second. It's the rate at which your velocity changes. So if chicken man starts out moving at 3 meters per second, and he gets up to a speed of 6 meters per second, and it takes him 12 seconds to do that, then his acceleration would be a change in velocity of 3, a time of 12, and that would mean he had an acceleration of 0.25 meters per second. And that unit, meters per second, tells you how much your speed increases each second.